Hi, beautiful ladies. Today video is gonna be about AI agents, how to build them, how to start actually introducing them to your life, and everything that I started from scratch as a mother, as an entrepreneur. I had no idea how to build your own agent. I even wasn't really deep in the topic of LLMs, how they work, what is the difference between GPT, Claude, and all of this stuff. But I eventually figured it out because as a mompreneur, I have so many things, so many tasks for my business, for my family, and I was kind of really exhausted about the time that it took for me. So now I want to share my own experience, my tools with you so you can start building your own agents and your life will become much more about life. You know what I mean? So let's begin. First of all, I want a little bit introduce myself. If you're here for the first time, I'm Jane Milovanova. I am serial entrepreneur, founder of the Women Association ISOUL, who unites more than 5,000 women from 29 countries. Our mission is to increase mindfulness of humanity through the women heart. That's why I'm on a mission to introduce technology and all of the essential tools to the women entrepreneurs. Before, I was the CEO of the two other companies, two other startups that I built from scratch with the investments that I raised. It was platforms that was for education for different companies, AI first platform, software as a service that we outsourced to many different businesses. And also I built an IT academy where we taught more than 6,000 students different IT professions, four different tracks, and help them to start their own career in IT by introducing them to the companies. So I have this kind of the big background of managing lots of employees, working with investors. I have a lot of really good friends of mine here in Silicon Valley where I live with my husband and my daughter, who's a year and a half now. Actually, the information bubble, like the whole surrounding is all about AI agents now. Everyone is building AI first companies. At least it's how it feels for me because I'm in Silicon Valley, right? So I want to share more of this experience with other women who want to introduce themselves to AI and they have no idea how and where to start. And I found actually a lot of educational materials kind of it's very IT oriented. So if you never coded yourself and you start watching it, you basically understand nothing. So that's what happened to me. But eventually, because I'm an entrepreneur and I do speak a lot on the different conferences, I do workshops, I do masterminds, I do awards. So I'm like really understand the things better and can translate them into natural human language. And this is what inspires me a lot about sharing all of this knowledge with other women so they can introduce their businesses or their just family to the AI agents and use it on their own. I also appreciate if you like this video, if you share this video. I'm just developing this YouTube channel as my own, initiative, and I really need your help to help YouTube algorithms to push this video more for other women to watch this, and it will be very helpful for them as well. So let's start. First of all, I want to introduce you a little bit to what is actually LLM, what is the difference between different models, where you currently can build your AI agents. And I will put this a huge disclaimer about first, I'm not an IT expert, so you better also research on your own a lot of extra information about security or other things that you would love to know. And second, that I'm sharing the information that is really updated for now, because in the AI world, everything is changing tremendously. The development is so fast, so you have to stay up to date and start learning now and introduce it to your own business. If I would talk about different LLM models, you would definitely will think about GPT, right? ChatGPT is a tool, but GPT is a model. OpenAI did amazing job by, educating their models that they are so smart, they are thinking models, they can help you with different inquiries. But basically when you use ChatGPT, you just use this tool and you ask, you get the answer, you ask, you get the answer. So it's kind of a conversation wise talk where you can ask different questions, set some simple tasks like write me a text or create me a post or do other stuff and get the result. Same thing with the Claude. If you open their app, same thing. It's I think, to my personal opinion, it's smarter model. It think more, it deliver you better results. But this is same tool. You just open, you ask, you get the result. But when you're working with AI agents, it's like you have this mind, let's use this word, so the AI models can't like really think and understand. They just predict the word after the context, right? They use their tokens, their context, their information, their education, all of the data that is available to predict the second word. And this makes you think that they can think and understand things, but really they can't. That's why AI is not conscious. It just predicts the next words and give you the most certain words you would love to know, would love to take. And it does it actually really well. So when we are talking about AI agent, it's like the brain, the mind, the LLM with hands. I use this metaphoric type of the term because it kind of explains for me in a better way. So the main difference will be is that AI agents can execute things on their own, they can deliver things on their own, they can build something for you, and they can do it autonomously and automatically. So I built my own agents in Cursor, and I started by selecting Cursor because I think it's the most simple platform, especially for women. I know that the guys who developed the cursor was more development it for developers, but eventually, I don't know if you're watching this video one day or now, this is actually very useful for women entrepreneurs like me who are pretty much sophisticated but have no experience with code. So vibe coding or vibe designing through the cursor interface is the most native for me. Like when I opened Claude Code terminal, oh no, I didn't get anything. When I started using Claude projects, it's different, and I needed to replace the whole team for my business. I needed my personal business assistant. I needed so many things that only Claude Code, either Cursor, could provide for me. So I choose Cursor because you basically start working with the agents. You build it from scratch. You give it your own rules, your own parameters, your own tasks, your own platforms, and build the whole infrastructure on your own laptop, which is MacBook Air in my case. Yes, even not those big screens that you would think about. I just use my own Mac for this, and this is very convenient. So, other things that I really like about Cursor is that it keeps your rules and your MCPs to yourself. For example, when you open OpenClaw, it has a lot of predefined rules, and I feel kind of hesitated to give him access to everything. I heard many stories where, other women founders who were not super, good in AI, in coding, and all of this stuff, and they just downloaded OpenClaw by instructions. They set it up, and eventually it deleted all of their photo gallery, or eventually it go and bought the courses on Coursera to study, and then he just decided on its own. And OpenClaw is a ready AI agent who already has lots of MCPs, lots of things, and I feel it's kind of cool and fast approach. But safety wise, for the person like me, I would love to set it up on my own and understand what rules, what access, what MCPs I'm giving to the agent, that it will not do things autonomously without me knowing this. So in Cursor, I already told there is MCPs, which is kind of like API stuff where you connect your own agent to the specific platform. For example, it can be LinkedIn, it can be Canva, it can be Notion, it can be Telegram, it can be anything you use. And I currently have probably 14 different MCPs that help me connect my Cursor agent to different platforms and apps that I use and understand better what I have. Also, I taught my agent lots of my context, and I think that this is the key by introducing how you think, what you like, your preferred designs, your presentations, your pitch decks, your post. Like I sent him all of my social media. It analyzes like more than 5,000 of my different posts, how I think, what I care about. It has the access to all of my essential documents so it can help me with the different tasks and understand what I do and how. And during the process when I just started, I built Ava as my second brain, and it helped me as a business assistant. I just taught her through the chat. This is how it looks like. You just open the chat, you start talking to the agent, you said to him or her what you want, how you want it to be done, and the end result. I actually think that the perfect approach is just to give the end result, and the agent will find how to deliver it in the best case scenario. Another thing that I like about Cursor is that you can switch between different models there. Like you can select Opus or Sonnet or Gemini or Grok or ChatGPT. Sorry, GPT. It's kind of actually cool, so you can introduce different models to different tasks and get the best result. I will not go too much into details because you can watch a lot of other YouTube's videos showing the cursor interface, how it works, blah blah blah. I'm more focused about the cases that I already done that you can do on your own to give you more inspiration and kind of look into that deeper. So first, as I mentioned, I started with Ava, who became my business assistant, who was really connecting me and managing my calendar, going through my communications. I built a dashboard where I can see every morning where is the most important thing for me. For example, it searched through the whole of my communication channels, my Telegram, my WhatsApp, my LinkedIn, my Instagram, which are 4 accounts, my Gmails, which are 3 different Gmails, and it finds what is the most essential, what is like the critical tasks, and it put in this dashboard by priorities through the different divisions of my life, like family, my business, and other stuff. I think it's very useful because, as a mother, as a business owner, you have so many tasks ongoing and you have to focus on the right one. And I live in California in Silicon Valley. So when I open my eyes, my day start, I take my care of my baby before the nanny comes. When I finally end up in my computer, I have lots of Zoom calls. So it's very hard to manage these things without help. And I find agents really helpful in this task management, priority management, communication wise. It's very, very helpful. So only this dashboard probably saved me already hours and hours per week. So I could spend more time with my family, with my daughter, going to spa, to massage, and have just, have fun and time to myself, which is so precious when you're a mother. Another things that Ava already did for me, I also implemented her in my own Telegram. I use this app as a messenger. I know if you're familiar with it or no. It's very convenient messenger. So I created a bot that is connected to Ava so I can talk to her via the phone. For example, if you are using Cursor, it's a desktop app. For now, they don't have a mobile app. So it's very, very convenient when you have your AI agent in your Telegram and you can talk to him or to her as a real person. In my case, it's her. So I just record her voice messages, send her files, pictures, videos, links, ask her to do a research, create me a post, create me some, reminder, manage my calendar. So she has access to everything I built through Cursor on my laptop, and it's connected to my Telegram. After Ava, I started more thinking about delegating different parts that my team was doing, and this was the best decision ever. First of all, I started building a team of sub agents. So now it's currently 13 sub agents that are working for me. And this is a designer, a salesperson, a marketing specialist, a script writer, a marketing strategist, a carousel maker, a reels maker, an app developer, analytics. So there's a lot of different types of sub agents that I use, and I find it more working in a good way when Ava is delegating to sub agent executes the task, and then it get it back to Ava, and Ava get it back to me. Because in this kind of approach, every sub agent has their own skills. The skills are mastering, they're amazing. It does it incredibly great, and then they have the best result. Because when you have just your one agent doing like all of these tasks, there's a lot of mistakes that can be making, of course, when it's lots of context, lots of tasks, lots of the rows, so it can be confusing. And I think it's like better when you just mind mapping those things, like you work with people. It's better to have one person focused on one task who does it best instead of multitasking for every person. So this is kind of it works for me, and I started building analytics. As a founder, I love numbers. I love solid numbers. I love true numbers because I care about my money, which I invest in my own business. And In my business, I have lots of employees, I pay salaries. So this is very important to understand where we are in revenue, where in profit, what is our LTV, what is our current revenue share, what is our partners, referral link. So I have lots of this stuff connected to my business, and I needed to see it in my dashboard. And SubAgents just did it perfectly. It visualizes so convenient. All numbers are very clear, they're up to date. It connected to QuickBooks, to Stripe, to different types of the systems that I use, to Notion, so I can track every money and number spent and see how we go during the month. Another thing that I've built with my subagents is, of course, different types of the social media posts. Carousels are incredible. It took probably my carousel maker, a designer, to create a solid, great carousel at least an hour. Now Ava does it in 5 minutes, and it's very well designed. It has all of the logos and fancy styles and different fonts, and it's so beautiful. So I highly recommend to create a sub agent as a designer who can create carousels for you, who can do landing pages, like images for landing pages, for websites, pitch decks, presentation, like everything I'm currently doing through my agent team. Instead of going to Gamma, to Canva, like Photoshop, everything is now replaced by my entire agent team. And this is incredibly cool. Another thing that I delegate is all of the trend scouting and script writing. I record lots of content. I have multiple types of the different channels. I have a lot of people following me. I just started this YouTube channel in English, but I'm originally from Ukraine. So I have a big Russian speaking audience that I share a lot. So all of this content is have to be recorded and created. All of these trends, they should be scouted. So I have sub-agent trend scouter who go through the all media, finds the most essential key things, topic trends, what reels, what TikToks are now thriving, what topic you should record on, and it is trained specifically on my field. It knows what I value, my values, and my mindset, so it can deliver best results. Another thing that is amazing with this team is, of course, development. Before, it took me a while, to upload new article on the website, make it SEO optimized. I had my team who optimized everything. I had my website. I wanted to create another page. It needs to be designed. It needs to be developed. Even like being on WordPress or Wix, where you have a constructor, it still takes lots of time. So I prefer to use now agents for this. And if I have an idea in mind, I just tell her what I want, and she builds it in a seconds. For example, I created a platform which is called Kind Week, when we in our association ISOUL could bring a lot. If you want to create something, you want to help, it's called a lot. You can place it over there, and other person from the community can take it. For example, I placed lots of consultations about AI agents, uh, $200 for the spa session for mama, just a coffee in Silicon Valley with me one to one. So it was kind of cool. And other girls, they placed their own lots. For example, expert help in psychology, expert help in child education, expert hair in cosmetology. And it's so cool. It's all for free. Now it's super simple to develop any kind of the platform, any kind of the website. It takes me a minute and it's done. And I'm so amazed because now the main question is not how to build or how much it costs. Now the main question is what to build. And I think this is the narrative of the whole Silicon Valley, what Y Combinator is currently saying, because you have to focus not only on the idea but the business model and product market fit, because really the technology won't help you to build the right business, it just helps you to execute it faster. So if you like everything about the AI agents that I already share and you're already excited to start working on the cursor, I really highly recommend you to open the desktop app to start doing some first prompts, to build the architecture and do lots of things. If you're really interested in this infrastructure, in building agents for your own, I highly recommend you to join our ISOUL community, because I think all of the courses and education, I mean, like long wise as we used to do it before, is currently not relevant. You can really just learn everything after this video by yourself with starting working with Coursera. You just need some people around you who are doing the same thing. You know what I mean? Because if you're the one who is introducing your life into the AI agents, you're building it, you're thriving in it, and there is no one in your close friends who are also interested in it, you don't have the group of your people, it's kind of hard to do it. So if you're interested in building this amazing community, want to be surrounded by women who really do all of the stuff, who like trends, who thrive in the technology, who are building real businesses, entrepreneurs, experts, and influencers, girls like me, welcome to ISOUL. I'll be so glad to have you. And I'm doing a big event, Women in AI, in the Google Huddle on the 24th of July. So if you're here around in San Francisco, in Los Angeles, please join us on this beautiful event. I will put all of my links in bio so you can complete the application to the ISOUL community or come to our event. It will be amazing to meet you. And please, please share everything that you do. Tag me in my Instagram so we can stay in touch. Like and share this video. I appreciate your time. Hope you can start building your agents right now. And let's stay in touch for future videos.